So I thought we were talking about this the other day. I believe someone was. I think it was me and Paul. Maybe it was someone else. Quentin Tarantino's Star Trek, not dead yet. Director says it's a very big possibility.
Please.
Oh,
please,
man.
Please.
I so desperately want to see this.
Contrary to some rumors, Tarantino's Star Trek movie is not dead yet. Quentin Tarantino made news in December 2017 when he revealed he had successfully pitched an idea for a Star Trek movie to Paramount Pictures, but since then it's been unclear when or if a Tarantino-directed space adventure will happen. Various Star Trek cast members expressed doubt about the project throughout 2018, as actors like Simon Pegg had no clue about Tarantino's script. However, the director has had a positive update for fans and calls his Trek movie a very big possibility as of May 2019.
Cool.
Speaking to Film about his new Hateful Eight miniseries on Netflix, which I don't even know. It's the first I'm hearing about that as well. Tarantino was asked about his Star Trek movie. The director responded, "It's a very big possibility. I haven't been dealing with those guys for a while because I've been making my movie, but we've talked about a story and a script. The script has been written, and when I emerge, my head like Punxsutawney Phil, post Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, will pick up talking about it again." So basically he's saying, like, I'm focused on my movie right now.
Right.
But after that, it's a very big possibility I might go and do the Star Trek thing.
This type of hype, happens a lot in Hollywood, and oftentimes it comes to nothing.
Right.
Because,
he's just trying to keep the hype
these
going.
types of conversations and engagements between studios and property owners and directors, they happen constantly. Like, a huge part of Quentin Tarantino's day is meeting with people to talk to them about scripts and to sell scripts and blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
So this is just one of those things, and there's a very good chance that it comes to nothing, but goddamn do I want to see this.
Yeah,
man.
I think that I think he's just trying to keep the hype alive for it. And I can tell you, I'm hyped for it. I want to see it. I would love to see a Quentin Tarantino interpretation of the Star Trek universe.
It'd be a fresh perspective.
And I'd be willing.
It sorely needs something like that.
Because right now, what we've got is basically, I know that people are so sick to death of this term, but we've got an SJW fucking Star Trek universe at this point.
Well, let me ask you this. One of the things that seems to set you Trekkies off is when a thing doesn't look or feel like Star Trek. Like, you guys all like the Orville.
Yes.
Because it actually feels like Star Trek.
Well, I like the Orville.
Do you honestly think that if it goes into the hands of Quentin Tarantino, you're going to get a Star Trek feel?
I kind of suspect that he is going to try to make it feel way more like an updated version of the original TV show. I think he's going to go for that classic 60s Trek look, but modified and kind of Tarantino'd up a little bit. But, he's the kind of guy that I'm willing to give him a huge latitude that I wouldn't afford to most people.
Yeah, is there any, property or whatever that you wouldn't want to see Tarantino take a crack at?
I don't think he'd be particularly great at doing, a Star Wars movie, but then again, that's been so botched so many times that,
at this
could
point,
he really fuck it up worse,
I honestly can't think of, a franchise that I wouldn't, at least give him a crack at, you know what I mean?
I would watch a Tarantino Batman movie. I'd watch him do all kinds of shit.
Dude, a Tarantino Batman or
that would be
in
fucking
a
sick
Batman
as shit.
universe movie. If they tapped him to do, some of this fucking Suicide Squad or Joker shit, that would have been cool.
Oh, man, that'd be
It would be
kind
of, for most directors, I would kind of hate if a talented director decided to go into, franchise and genre film territory, where studio films. But Tarantino, I think he could actually elevate those films.
Dude,
so maybe he should.
If it's like you're saying, it's a rated R script. I mean, I think you'd actually give Star Trek some balls back that sorely fucking is missing right now.
Yeah, I mean,
really
I just
is.
don't know how you do that and end up with something that the Trekkies are gonna fucking embrace.
I mean, look, a lot of episodes of Deep Space Nine in particular had some very not only subversive messages, but also some very controversial things that were done in those episodes. I feel like you can still be true to the Star Trek spirit and have someone like Quentin Tarantino's vision, which is obviously going to be more raw.
I think that
and more bloody.
I think
certainly.
Tarantino would understand the philosophical dimension of Star Trek better than J.J. Abrams did.
Well, most of the Star Trek movies have suffered from, even the Next Generation ones. Almost everyone, either they're slow, or it's just they're really bad action movies. They're not. It doesn't have the philosophical elements of Star Trek that you enjoy. It's just oh no, there's a threat to the fucking Alpha Quadrant.
And you know that a fucking Tarantino script, it would have some cool action in it for sure, but it's gonna have some awesome dialogue, and he's going to do those sorts of fucking like philosophical conundrums and moral problems that have to be solved.
That's why the Next Generation was so
like
big,
that.
though, because you had Captain Picard, these great monologues, these great speeches, these characters that would come out, and it would be like, and you tackle these controversial issues that were, you know, as a modern analog society was going through at those times, like racial discrimination or abortion or whatever the fuck it was, and it's dealt with in a thoughtful manner. And every episode had to be, we're fighting somebody. Oh my God, there's an existential crisis for the entire quadrant.
Right.
So I mean, if you could encapsulate an episode like that where there is action, there is, you know, fighting and shit, and there is
but
space
even
battles.
if you look to like the balance of like Wrath of Khan, where there's a lot of action scenes and there's a lot of dialogue scenes, and there's like this like whole depth to the characters and their story arcs, and the villain actually has a story arc that makes sense, and you know.
You guys
I just
are
feel
fucking nerds, man.
Yeah, we're total nerds.
Nerds.
But I think I don't know. I think Tarantino could fucking nail it, dude.
Yeah, I fucking hope he does.
I have confidence that he could do it. I'm looking forward to seeing his next movie, but I would much rather watch him do a Star Trek movie at this point. I'm sorry.